And we're live. Hello and welcome to another episode of HEX Therapy Live. I'm your host, ALLin, also known as ALLin. And we just had an awesome talk with Richard Hart on the t.me/HEX crypto Telegram chat. Welcome, one and all, to this special episode of HEX Therapy Live, where we will talk about the Vegas meetup, the first mass HEX meetup, and much more, how to not lose all your money gambling. And, I've always got tons of breaking news for you guys. So let's do it. Hey everybody, how's it going? What's up, Whales Only? Johnny No Good, happy 1.4 cent day. Ballet Brand, how's it going? Escatar, Hex Cadet, what's going on? I just rewatched your video yesterday, as almost every day I do. Pabalaba, how's it going? Hex Miami, good to see you. Sinclair Crypto, what's up, guy? El Hexidente, Biffines, Marcavelli, Nate J. I know there were a lot of people waiting tonight for me to go live after Richard Hart got done speaking in the Telegram. Hex Squadron, David Morales, Luis Hex, Leaping Leads, Donnell, Victor. Good to see everybody. How's it going? Let's see. There's so much news, and I know that not everybody got to hear my discussion in the Hex Telegram group earlier today. And so let's see what's been new in Hex. Well, the Three Arrows Capital suspect wallet that had a 2.3 billion Hex stake come out just the other day. Of course, we saw them stake 1 billion Hex for 10 years. And then the rest of their Hex was just sitting around in their wallet, making us nervous. Although many of us are not very nervous in Hex, but we do like buying dips. And so, we all had our dry powder ready to go to buy the dip if somebody tried to get out. And, somebody tried to put Hex on discount and sell it to us like we would want them to. Well, sure enough, today, that account ended up doing a 750 million Hex stake for the maximum 5,555 days. So congratulations to you. One of the top 4 stakers of all time to do a Quattro Cinco. So go ahead and DM me your physical address and I will send you a special Quattro Cinco t-shirt and a Quattro Cinco Hex badge. We're going to pull out all the stops here for you today. Now, that was our first story. Let's see. Second story, MetaMask. Sorry, no, I can't say that they're doing an airdrop yet, but we do have news. So it looks like their swap feature is working on mobile now. Whoa, that's crazy. And this is something I probably should have been able to predict because I used to talk about MetaMask airdrops a lot. It makes perfect sense that they would release it on their mobile app. And we got confirmation. I have a Apple operating system and somebody in the Hex Telegram chat said something right about it working on Android. So as far as we know, it's out there living in the wild, the old MetaMask swap on mobile. So probably another step that they're wanting to take right before they start to do an airdrop and make everybody in HEX rich and allow us to pump the price to the moon and Saturn and lots of planets we don't even know about yet. We'll take it. So that's pretty good news. Of course, there was a lot of discussion going on in the HEX Telegram chat because Richard was on there just now. I caught about 80 minutes of it. And so that was really exciting. I always love it when billionaires make themselves available to answer questions from anybody, right? That's pretty special. So we all learned a lot from Richard answering any and every question. Let me see. And there were a lot of the usual questions, but it seems like even if people always ask similar questions, then he always adds more to the conversation and educates us more and more. So that's pretty cool. So, all right, I'm just going to go for it here because here's our next topic. We're going to get to the gambling and whether crypto is gambling and how to not lose all your money. But I want to focus on one of the virality aspects of HEX, because I think, if people out there, thankfully you're watching the show and, you're caring about your HEX bag, you're wanting it to pump, you're wanting to help the world by bringing trustless interest into the mix for the average person, and you don't care so much about, pumping Wall Street's bags as much as you care about Main Street. So I did a tweet. When was this? This was on the 13th. So that was like a couple weeks ago now. And, I'm like, I'm into psychology. I really like promoting HEX. And so I think I stumbled upon something that was really awesome, really helpful. And let me see if I can bring it up here on screen so everybody can see what I'm talking about. So I did a poll on Twitter and tons of people participated. And I can tell that it was not only people who follow me, but it got out to other people as well, right? Because I literally said on one of the answers that you could have voted for, the question was, who should Lex Fridman interview in crypto? And the choices were Richard Hart, Simon Dixon, Pump, and Brief Fit Dance. But if you voted for Pump, I said, I will unfollow you, which is not a very good threat because it actually doesn't show me who voted for what. So sorry to you, like 6.9% of people out there. Like, I'm going to have to find some other way to unfollow you, but there it is. This is cool because it split the vote, right? Or it got out to people who actually do like Simon Dixon more than Richard Hart. I think if this poll had been 99% Richard Hart, it wouldn't have made as much of a statement with the 450 people voting because we already know it's an echo chamber. But the fact that Richard won, by a margin, I think really makes a statement as to the fact that it got in front of more people than just our audience. Like paradoxically, right? Like it got people fired up. Like there's some comments down here like, what, like this is stupid. What are you talking about? Like this has got to be a joke, right? And let me see if I can find it. Okay. I would literally never listen to another Lex Fridman podcast if he interviews Richard Hart. Do your own research, Lex. Let me see. Obviously, this must be a joke, somebody says. Fiat antagonist. Interview Robert Breedlove. This is the guy who interviewed Michael Saylor 10 times, right? And did a whole series on him. Peter McCormick, Max Kaiser, Stacy Herbert, Caitlin Long, Andreas Antonopoulos. So like Robert Breedlove got on here and liked this. He's one of the 3 people who liked this comment, right? So we already know we got 1 degree of separation away from Michael Saylor, like FOMOing into this tweet, like, getting tricked into promoting it basically on Twitter, right? Like, thank you thank you, fiat antagonist. Like, we need more people like you out there who will propagate the message of HEX unknowingly, right? Obviously this must be a joke. The joke's on you, buddy. Like, you just really got us out there and promoted us. Thank you. Also, Brie Fit Dance liked this one, and she was one of the choices. It was kind of like a joke, because she's like a Bitcoin maximalist. You gotta. So she interacted with this multiple times, like, and so getting people with these huge followings to interact with the poll, I think it really boosts the visibility. And we can see what the tweet activity is here. The tweet analytics, 10,000 impressions, but not all impressions are created equally. And I think what we saw is that this, along with like many other initiatives that the HEX community were doing, like Yashdeep was messaging Lex Friedman for months on LinkedIn. Toby Wan Hexobi was calling Lex Friedman and leaving voicemails for him in real life, right? Like, the HEX community crushes it with community engagement. And that is why people like Lex Friedman, who are not gatekeepers, who are not taking handouts from people, right? Who are not corrupt middlemen. That's how those people, they're going to see what HEX is, because they're going to see the community and they're going to realize that matters, right? So literally, I know we think of Twitter as an echo chamber, but when we can use these kind of guerrilla marketing tactics in order to spread awareness, and to, shortly after this survey ended with 450 votes in like 24 hours, right? Then Lex showed up in Richard's comments and on his live stream and said that he was going to interview Richard, right? Like, so it's lots of little things like this that end up working. And so I've got a tweet that I just put out. And so I'm hoping maybe you guys could take time out of your day, make an extra effort to vote on this one, and especially to share it, and maybe even work your magic. That's what I'm going to say. Work your magic on this next poll. I'm going to leave it up for 6 days and 22 hours. So it comes out right before we do this show next week. Who should the H3 podcast interview and get 1 million views for crypto? The H3 podcast just had the founder of Kraken on there, and they get 1 million views, and they just they're like these goofy people who have 2.3 million followers, and they do like 3 to 4 hour live streams every day, and they talk about pop culture, and they don't talk about crypto that much, but like, that's pretty crazy. So we got we got to put people out there who are going to split the vote, right? And so out here we got Richard Hart. Love him. I would say vote for him. We got Vitalik. He's got a following. Andreas. His team doesn't like me very much because I asked him to be in the first HEX conference. I'm glad he said no. Outlandish Ziggy Dice. Come on, people. I'm trying to get his name out there just because he's come on the show. He's a Hexican. He was rated by the Hexologist, and now this guy is so much fun. He's so cool. I just had to for the oddball to throw in, right? And he's killing it. Like, I think he could go. I think he could go on the H3 podcast. I don't know that he would be an expert on HEX, but I just think it's funny. So I put that out there. Let me drop the link here in the chat. And the more we can pump this tweet, retweet it, like it, vote on it, right? I I think that we're really going to keep punching higher. And this specific audience for the H3 podcast, it's a lot of young people. Okay. It's ages like 15 to 25. And like I said, people watch this for hours on end every day. It's just like a podcast they have on. It's people laugh. People have fun. It's kind of an outlandish thing on its own. It's like Vape Nash is one of their memes that's really popular. They sell a lot of merch. Teddy Fresh. Like I don't watch their show all the time, but I've seen it a couple times, and it's like really, really legit. And like I said, they had a crypto person on the other day. And so I'm going to email them. I'm going to blow up their email. I'm going to tweet at them. And the more we can work together, that's where the value is going to keep coming from this community. Speaking of which, so there's like my plug for us, getting that interview in front of 1 million people. Because Lex Friedman, when he interviews people, you have 10,000 people watching, and that's amazing. Having 10,000 people watch, not all viewers are created equally, and Lex Friedman's audience is super smart and super legitimate, right? So we love that. We love both. We love getting 10,000 super smart people to learn about HEX. We also love getting 1 million goofy people to learn about HEX. So go ahead and stir up the controversy and, get the word out. That's what I got on that topic. Virality, the psychology of making HEX viral. I think that is a good recurring topic to come back to. I hope you guys enjoy it too. Speaking of community and how HEX is in a league of its own when it comes to having value as the future money and as the certificate of deposit that allows you to send money to your future self. It's pretty cool. I do it all the time. I highly recommend it. It's good for your mental health. And so let's talk about Vegas, because I'm putting this together with RG3 and with all of the members of the community. And I couldn't be more excited to meet up with everybody in HEX. It's going to be so much fun. Why Vegas? Because Vegas subsidizes the cost of your flight. It's a place where there are so many things to do other than just gambling. It's a cool place to hang out. And it's a place I know very well. And so that's why I put together a program that I think will be an outstanding series of events. It'll be fun for everybody in HEX, right? We talk about you can drive a tank over a car at Battlefield Vegas. You can shoot guns there like that you see in video games, like real automatic weapons, James Bond type of gun, all that good kind of stuff. There's a rage room. You can smash a picture of one vase or like any kind of things. You could take a sledgehammer to recreate Office Space. That would be pretty cool. We're going to be looking out over the entire city on the first day, June 24th, from the top of the stratosphere. Every day, that Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's going to be like a meetup, like a cheers, right? When the day ticks over and we all get paid for the day. That'll be pretty cool. 5:00, I believe, on the West Coast time. Let's see. Eating at the Heart Attack Grill, because they have a Bitcoin ATM there, and because it's on Fremont Street, which has like an amazing vibe, and because it's downstairs from the Nerd, which is a bar where they do the Bitcoin meetups. So we're gonna teach them. The last Bitcoin meetup I went to in Vegas, I would say there was like 30 people there, maybe. It was in the bear market, so no big deal. But like, I'm just saying, if we show up 300, that's the goal. The goal for Vegas is 300 people. So I don't care if we have to get 150 hexagons and everybody brings a friend or a loved one or a loved friend, whatever. You know, that'd be cool. 300, like in the movie. Like when the hexologists celebrated the 300th day of the Hex smart contract being launched, you know, he wore a special mask or something. That was pretty cool, right? Let's see what people are saying in the comments here. Our growth is so organic. Very true. Very true. Tons of people are starting to catch on. We like that. Hexagon persistence starting to pay off. Community effort. That's right. All news is good news. I love the hater plebs complaining while we have the completed most honest project. LOL. That's right. Thoughts are power, folks. Use them. Do it. The little things that count. Just don't hit yourself out of a bridge. Is that an expression? Hex is so interesting right now that even I, the laziest content creator of all time, made a video. Wow, that's very cool, MT Corner. Very cool. Not going to read that, Michael Hex. D'Artagnan asked one of the last questions to Richard Hart here just a few minutes ago. I gave my baby's mom, some Hex. She was amazed by the profits. I told her I wouldn't mind child support payments in Hex. The type of child support payments that appreciate astronomically in value. Right on. I mean, you know, if you want to pass value, Hex is an extraordinary way to do it, isn't it? We just hit game over, folks. That's right, a human. It's a game over for sure. This is just the beginning. We haven't even hit the S curve yet, nor the start. The network effect, like Wales Only talks about, for Hex will be huge. Awesome. Great times ahead, people. Uncle Luke, Miami, says, pop that culture, baby. Hex is pop culture to non-broke plebs. I love how Richard Hart wins these polls despite the shit talking. That's right. Game over. We just tipped the scale. He's pretty talented. Let's see here. Drop it like it's hot, Maddie. All those that have half a brain cell need to think for themselves. That's right. Too legit to quit. Just voted on it. Thanks for starting the poll. My pleasure. I am super excited to see where our Twitter presence takes us, because we are strong on Twitter. Hex can't be gatekept. So guess what? You just made the whole Hex network way more resistant, way more powerful. I was saying something earlier in the voice chat about how if CoinMarketCap hadn't gatekept us, that was one of the first community movements I was participating in on social media. And look at me now. I'm creating Hex content, and there's lots of cool, smart people watching. If you remember the Annette challenge, and then the Annette was also making a movement, everybody on this day, hashtag, what was it? Put Hex on page 1 or something like that. I was down for that. I got excited. I started making content at that moment. Very cool. Because it's one thing to have a magnanimous leader like Richard and to be always excited to consume his content. But it's another thing to be having so many other cool people in the community who are all excited about participating, right? Someday, whenever I don't know, we're not going to buy CoinMarketCap, but whenever we laugh at them from our super yachts. I will thank them. I'll thank them one day for making our community stronger. The joke's on them. I'll thank them today. Thanks, CoinMarketCap. You rock. Please like the video. Yeah. What? All right, people, what's going on? Why were there so many likes when I started the stream? Normally, before a stream, I'm happy to have 5 likes. Normally, there's 10. There's 10 people who like the video even before it starts. You're basically giving me a blank check because I could make the worst video ever. You already liked it. Now you got to do all the work to unlike it. Like, that's cool. That's trust. That's love. When you like a video before it starts, that means something to me. But today there was like 20 or 25 likes. I don't know. Like, what is it? Is it that the price went up? Is that what made you like this video so much before it started? What are the other possibilities? Is Vegas going to be really, 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 really fun? Is that why we've got all the engagement people? Or did you really want to learn about not gambling? We could do that. As soon as we get through these comments here. I just want to know, all you 25 people who liked this before it started, please write something in the comments and explain yourself, because I find it highly unusual and positive. I'm very bullish on the likes right now. You guys rock. Lex loves HEX. That's right, Marcavelli. Marcavelli was on fire the other day in the voice chat. He spoke like 6 days worth of content in like 45 minutes. It was wild. It was wild. Very integrative view of HEX and the rest of life. Limon Ortega. This was a good day. Of course, every day in HEX is a good day, usually. 10K Lex views rather than 100K plus per interview. Yeah, H3, I mean, they're out there getting 1 million plus. And think about how strong their community is for a second. They've got 2.5 million viewers on YouTube, and they're getting 1 million views in the middle of like a crypto. When they're talking about crypto, nobody cares about crypto. Guess what? Nobody cares about crypto. So I find that to be kind of an anomaly, which is why I'm really thinking we need to, put our effort behind getting this interview. Somebody brought it to me and somebody said, hey, what do you think about H3? They were trying to say I should go on there. I'm like, yo, I'd be honored, but I'm not ready for 1 million views, people. Maybe I am, but listen, Richard, hands down, Richard, I would want him to be on there. I mean, I could, y'all know what I mean. You know what I mean. I don't have to explain myself on that one, thankfully. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Hexicans on Fremont Street. Yo, for sure. I'm going to I'll keep updating the program. I don't think I've said one thing really about this on Twitter yet, so I'm definitely going to do that. I just want to make sure all the graphics are perfect, like I did for the first HEX conference. I'm kind of a perfectionist. I still like to get stuff done and published. The Hexicans deserve the best, at least my best effort. So that's what I'm trying to do. How's it going, El Hexidente? Hexican.Vegas. That is the domain. June 24th through 27th, 2021. That is correct. When is the first Hexican to drive a tank over a brand new Lambo? People really, I don't know if they're going to understand if we don't go to Hexican.Vegas and see what is going on there. Hexican.Vegas. The other thing you want to do is join the Telegram, but I don't want to tell people about that because then they'll join it even if they're not going. But join the Telegram, t.me/hex meetup and t.me/hex meet, MEET, in order to get the notifications once we're all there. And it's like, oh, Michael Jordan's hanging out over here. Everybody go there, right? Like surprise or something. You know, like we were supposed to be doing this event, but we're doing this instead. You want to have your notifications turned on to a group chat where you don't know what people are notifying you about? Or do you want me to like only give you the notifications that are absolutely necessary? Personally, I like having the flexibility to get a notification, but also to choose when to dive into the constant chat, right? It's not good for your mental health to be getting notifications constantly. I'm just going to say that. It's not good. I mean, even if it's like super positive for you and giving you energy at first, then you're going to have like a dopamine withdraw whenever it like dies down. So whoever is selling right now is stupid as hell. We keep going up and up. What do they think? They'll buy in cheaper? Plebs? Good point, BG Hex. Always hooking it up. BG Hex. Yo, let me just say something. BG Hex not only got this channel a Theta stream key, but he also sits around watching all these whale wallets, studying the buying and selling behavior. I highly recommend BG Hex. He was giving us like insider information the other day when we were doing that Hex Quant Gang stream. Very cool. All right. Good question. I'm there. Right on. This is why I read the comments before I put them on the screen. How far behind am I? Wow. We love comments. We love engagement. Bring your top hats. All right. I'm going to admit something right now. I returned my top hat to Amazon. I got that $50. I put it into Hex. So maybe I have to like buy another one. I'm not sure. Nerd Bar, Fremont. I've been there. It's crypto friendly. That is correct. That is correct. Hex Restaurant. Oh, yeah. That's right. That's on the schedule too. Their loss. They can buy back higher. Yeah. Buy back higher, guys. Go ahead and sell. Wills Only and I are still accumulating. Kareem is too. Who out there is not accumulating Hex right now? Raise your hand and then step away from the sell button. You're not selling, you're buying. Like, keep buying. 300. Yeah. I hope people do some live streams. Oh, Kareem already like volunteered. He said he's going to stream the whole thing. I'm not sure. I mean, like, obviously I am, but I'm just not sure how much I'm going to stream because I want to be present, you know, like I want to have an experience with the people who I meet, who I'm talking to, you know? But yeah, I mean, obviously we'll get some streams going. It'll be really cool. We have time to plan. We got like 2.5, 3 months. No, we have it's 3 months from yesterday when this is happening. That's awesome. That's perfect timing. I was asking people in the chat today, what price do you think Hex is going to be on June 25th, June 24th? Like whichever day you're coming to the Hex meetup. You could come a week early. You could come a week late. I mean, it's people who are traveling a really long distance or who have never been to Vegas might want to do more than 2 days worth of activities in Vegas. Just saying. And you can do that. Like you can organize your own meetup. You could be like, hey, Motley Investor, I know we have beef because we compete with each other on airdrops, but I love you, man. And like, yo, let's hang out in Vegas. You know, like you can do your own thing. I mean, lots of us are going to want to hang out with everybody. Lots of us are going to want to hang out in smaller groups, you know? Great time to be a Hexican. That's right. Next phone call. I'm going to ask Richard to come. Awesome. Good. Yeah. Definitely. Like, if you're going to Vegas, for the Hex meetup, you should probably ask Richard to come. That'll be a whole nother campaign, right? I'm loving the buy pressure right now. It's insane. We've definitely noticed, feeling big things coming soon. Well, you've got your finger on the pulse here, so I believe you. Let's see. People will park their old coins into Hex in a bear market, then come out for the next party. That's right. Let's see. People are working on big things behind the scenes right now. We don't know of, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure of it too. I mean, Hex meetup's gonna be pretty big. I know there's people programming around the clock, trying to, do awesome stuff in Hex. I mean, literally, what else are you gonna build on? Ethereum. Yo, I'm selling my Ethereum slowly. I don't need it anymore. Richard answered all my questions today. I was like, what if you could calculate stuff to make the gas lower? He was like, you probably can't do that, but if you could, who cares? Because I'm making my own chain. I was like, I love that answer. That's my favorite answer of all time. Let's see. Really, it's a hedge fund, safe bet against bear markets. Nothing better than passive income. That is correct. Hey, Maddie, why do you think RH avoided my last question? Oh, no, I don't know. Like, what question? Please tell me. I will give you my answer. I will not avoid the question about why I think he avoided if you tell me which question it was, because I'm not exactly sure. Identity block, what's going on? What was your last question? For context, please. I know Richard mentioned that he had to get 2 hours of sleep before waking up for a call to dev. I really wanted to shout out, Richard, get more sleep, take care of yourself. We can wait. Hit the like button. It helps the algorithm give exposure to this video. Sure, why not? It's not a big deal. It is. We want to know, we want to know. Definitely going to laugh from your yacht. Yes. Thank you, CMC. We'll make him a cake or something. Like in that episode of Black Mirror, but except not filled with poison, because that would be mean. I feel I forget the liking. I'm used to garbage content. Trustless Maddie, that's right. Hexicans always get the last laugh. Price is going up while we speak? What? All right. If you're in crypto, I pretty much guarantee you take a screenshot of your accounts. Let me know in the comments below. If you don't do that, you're kind of weird. If you don't take screenshots, because screenshots make things real. Like, oh, look how much paper gains I have. Screenshot. And then you can go back and look in the bear market, or you could go back if you take a screenshot of your all-time low. I like doing that. Just saying. Multiple pulses in Vegas. That's right. The hype didn't start yet. Oh, it started, but not that many people know about it. Vegas, look out. Hexicans on the way. It's going to be such a statement to just have 30 people, 300 people all en masse. You don't see that very often in Vegas, especially all people who are super excited, super cool and smart. That's what's up. Las Vegas. I always like your vids. It's that simple. Thank you, George. I appreciate it. It's the Vegas. Maddie ALLin pump. That's right. Lewis, the third to like. Thank you. I appreciate those early likes. It's good stuff. Pumps me up. When you're a hashtag, you've made it. That's right. Whales only. Extra bullish. I love H3. That's what's up. Like, get that voting going. We already got, 50 votes here? Only 5 retweets. What are people doing out there? Get out there and retweet this tweet. We need maximum exposure. Say a bunch of controversial stuff on it too, Get the crowd riled up. Nearly $13 million was staked today. Can you imagine what that's going to be worth? Somebody was saying, I kind of feel bad just quoting stuff that I heard in the HEX voice chat, but somebody said it's like 700, 800,000 HEX per day in that stake. If that's true, not bad. What do you mean gambling, trading, or? Well, that is the topic of this. And so I'm going to get through these comments real quick, and then we will talk about what we're here to talk about, which is gambling and where the line is. I mean, you're asking now, so I might as well break it down now. So I'm a substance abuse and mental health counselor, and I work with people who have complex addictions and mental health problems. My approach overall to treating addiction of any kind, mostly substance use addiction, is to give people the tools and skills necessary to increase the activity in their prefrontal cortex. This is the part of your brain that's behind your temples and your forehead, and it controls your decision-making, rational thinking, planning for the future, problem solving, self-esteem, all that good kind of stuff. Even your mental monologue, that's where it happens, right? Is all in your prefrontal cortex. And it turns out people's prefrontal cortices, they have been getting the raw end of the deal because most people don't get enough omega-3 in their diet. And that's the material that your brain needs in order to insulate the electrical wires in your brain. When we go to Vegas, one of the activities is going to be, for those of you who like museums, to go to the Bodies exhibit. There's 2 of them there. These are world-class exhibits where you can see they've like got human like tissues and bones, and they've got everything sliced and diced so you can see like all the anatomy of everything. Like there's one where you see like the lungs of somebody, and it's of a smoker and a non-smoker, and then you can put your cigarettes into a lockbox and see they're piled up as tall as you are, a big pile of cigarettes, because people decided to quit smoking just because they saw that. What I'm trying to say is the weight of your brain is supposed to be 25% electrical insulation. And if you have a diet that's deficient in omega-3, like most US adults, then that's going to be bad news because your prefrontal cortex isn't going to be working as well. And you deserve to make healthy choices, but it's no wonder that it's so hard, right? And so whether it is a substance abuse disorder or whether it's a gambling disorder, in both cases, improving activity in the prefrontal cortex is part of the comprehensive approach in order to treating addiction. And I'm sure I'll be doing streams that are going even further into the science of addiction and the different strategies that, as a therapist, I use in order to be able to see people's lives change. And that's the most rewarding part. That's the reason why I think I will probably always be a therapist. I am really interested, though, in scaling therapy more. So either making a like decentralized like therapist, like a chatbot, except really good. And it's just a million copies of myself all doing therapy all at once. And then therapy is free and easy and like private, because you can just have your Maddie bot giving you voice therapy in my own voice, and hopefully giving good advice, educating, allowing you to explore your thoughts and feelings. But I digress. I mean, the reason why I'm saying this is another way that we can improve mental health at scale is by programming mental health into money, like HEX already does. And instead of just time locking, which improves your mental health, also behavior locking. So you have to quit smoking cigarettes, or you have to like be this level of active in order to unlock your staked HEX, your behavior locked and time locked HEX, right? So that's pretty cool. But I really love doing individual and group therapy. And nowadays, the Diagnostic and Statistic Manual for Mental Health Disorders, DSM-5, now classifies addiction, including gambling addiction, as a substance use disorder, which makes a lot of sense because this is something that people get addicted to and it wrecks their lives. And so whether it is people staying at home, day trading in the stock market, or whether they're going out to those casinos that are popping up more and more in people's hometowns in some areas of the country, or whatever it is. I mean, in crypto, there's markets where people are able to take leverage, which is, I mean, such an irrational thing to do, but people get irrational with money very often. And that's why it's so cool that HEX builds rational kind of locks into your money. With HEX, you only have to have one moment of clarity where you buy and stake your HEX for 15 years. Guess what? Now you have 15 years to get more responsible, to take better care of yourself, to make bad choices and good choices. But your bad choices about finances, they're not going to wreck you as much as long as you don't emergency end stake and nuke yourself. But you're not incentivized to do that, right? You're not chasing like scams. You're not getting liquidated by scam wigs. You're not participating in a rigged system anymore, people. Congratulations. You did it, right? Like, so being somebody in HEX, you can imagine we have all kinds, right? We have all kinds of people, and everybody, no matter how good or bad they are with money, deserves to have access to this tool that literally can transform your life and can make you into a better person, right? By teaching you and rewarding you for being a long-term thinker and saving money for the future and being excited about it, participating in the community. All these things, they work in unison. They work together. So we are going to have people, right, in the community who are learning along the way, who aren't there yet. And so that's why I would advise you right now, if you are not taking omega-3 and you are not on a blood thinner, you can start taking omega-3. You can take 1,000 milligrams per day with food for the first week, then 2,000 milligrams a day after that. I've been on omega-3 for 4 or 5 years now. It changed my life. It made doing chores and other boring activities easier. It allowed me to achieve a potential that I didn't know that I had for myself. It allowed me to lose weight, to exercise, to do all the things that are so difficult because my prefrontal cortex is not leaking electricity anymore. And so now I've kind of settled in the middle where I take 1,600 milligrams of omega-3 per day, and you can too. It's something you can get on Amazon. I'll post the link now just because I want you to get this before we all go to Vegas, and then it's like, oops, my prefrontal cortex isn't working. It takes about 1 to 4 weeks for the omega-3 to be used by your brain cells to install the electrical insulation that you need to have a noticeable difference in your thinking. The number one thing, because I've had hundreds of clients start taking omega-3, the number one thing that they say, they can think more clearly. You want to think more clearly? 369, Omega 369, HEX, 3.69, inflation, getting paid to the staker class. Sounds pretty good to me. When you upgrade your prefrontal cortex, then you can start adding skills on top of that. And some of these skills that you're going to, it's like solving a problem. If you're worried about taking too much money in to gamble, like, and remember, Vegas is designed to make you gamble because that's how they pay for all the pretty lights and, you know, all the multi-billion-dollar properties. That's how they pay part of your plane ticket there. They pay part of your plane ticket there because they know that so many people are going to lose money on gambling. It's great if you want to set a budget for gambling and then just do that. But like, don't be carrying around a bunch of cash into places. Like, keeping a schedule. First of all, that's something we're doing in the HEX meetup. We have a schedule. So you're probably not going to want to miss all the activities that we have because you're, you know, like lurking at some gambling table. No, you're going to want to be doing HEX activities. If you're there, you're probably, like Kareem says, you're probably going to be there to recruit people into HEX, to meet new people who don't know about HEX, meet people who do know about HEX, the whole 9 yards, right? So, so having a plan, having a time plan, scheduling your time while you're there, not taking cash into places where you're going to gamble it away, having an accountability buddy to say, hey, we're only going to gamble this much, or we're not going to gamble at all. Because if you and your buddy are going to gamble together, then you're going to get out at different times. Like, you're going to lose all your money, go to zero, like at different times. You're going to be like, oh, now I have to wait for you. Now you're waiting. And then you're like, oh, I'll just go to the ATM and take out more money. Bad idea. Don't do it. Don't take your bank cards with you. Maybe you have a credit card and it doesn't allow you to get cash out. Maybe you set that up ahead of time. Like, there are controls that you can put onto yourself, right? To make it much, 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 much harder to get access to those funds, right? Don't even come at me like, hey, I'll sell you some HEX, like for some cash. Like, ain't happening. I don't want your discount. That's not good juju. Yeah. So, I mean, basically in the program, I tell people not even to come to Vegas because it's better to just buy and stake HEX. You wanted to go to the first Bitcoin conference. It just cost you so many millions of dollars. It'll boggle your mind, right? But for those of you, who want to do a HEX meetup, it's going to be something special. So it is what it is, right? So what else? Gambling. You can put yourself on the do not gamble list. That's not super effective, like scientifically speaking, but it's something that could help. What else? Don't drink alcohol, because then you'll make different decisions. People, like, the way that I say it is, people don't make healthier decisions when they drink. They either make the same decisions or worse decisions. That's another thing you can do. It just depends for each individual person what their plan is going to be in order to not get carried away with gambling. Now, is crypto gambling in the first place? The definition of gambling is taking on like a risky thing. And I would say even it's as to replace something, right? Like, it's to meet some emotional need or to meet some underlying problem, to escape. That's what people do. They're sitting there at the gambling machine. Why would they do that? Well, they're escaping into the sounds and the lights and the self-harm even, right? Like, so there's lots of reasons why people gamble. And it's not because they don't know better. A lot of people know better. How many hundreds of dollars are you going to put in? And then what's the maximum prize you can even win? And how often does it happen? Not very often. If you win when you're gambling, you just lost because now you're addicted to gambling. Talk to anybody who won gambling. They're going to go back and keep gambling, whether it's this time or another time in the future. I don't know. I was in Vegas for a month last year, maybe longer, maybe 5 or 6 weeks. And like, I wasn't spending money like that. I wasn't gambling like that. Like I was buying HEX. I got the HEX to prove it. And guess what? HEX was way cheaper last summer. I can tell you that much. I'm glad I did it. I'm glad I didn't get sucked into like the evils of gambling. But that's why we got to look out for each other. That's why everybody's here educating themselves now. Good for you. Like, did you watch the episode about esteeming yourself? Esteem yourself now. Like, this is good self-care. You're educating yourself. You're part of this community. It's awesome. I'm proud of you. I hope you're proud of you too. Marcavelli, you ready for 1 billion views? Let's do it. Let's make a music video. Let's go to the top of the charts. Hexander, sup, all you lovely people. We are pretty lovely, aren't we? This community has spoken. Richard Hart, you're doing the interview, please. Oh my gosh. Richard, of course he would do it. He's made several statements like bring your heroes here to die, and that he'll do interviews with people if they have a big audience. Like Hila, however you pronounce it, and Ethan, they're awesome. It would be an awesome combination, Richard and them, because they're all a little bit goofy. They're all smart. They're all entertaining, like huge audience. And they have people just call in, do a video call in. Like Richard could just do a video call in. I see it happening. I could be wrong. I've made wrong calls before, people. Like we are the ones who will decide whether this happens or not, more than anything else, I believe. That's why I want to see you guys getting on that poll. Like, retweet, vote. Tag Peter Schiff and his son and whoever else. Let's get controversial. I would like to get off HEX to get off ETH ASAP because of gas fees, and it could take a long time for the new chain. It could. Hexfish, thank you for the cheer. I appreciate it. Yo, respect. Let's see. Hex streamers need to start booking themselves on YouTube shows. You guys have to help Richard out. Happy to do it. Hook me up. Lamborghini originally was a tractor company. No way. That's so cool. Oh, wow. Wow. Are there so many comments right now that I just lost some comments? Yay! Oh, I'm sorry, but like I'm excited. Everybody's chatting so much. Wow. Anyone got a link for BG Hex's Twitter? Yeah, it's on. Whenever I did a stream called "Hey, I'm gonna start streaming on Theta," then I linked him in there. And I can pull it up here. Let me see. BG Hex on Twitter. Y'all probably already answered the question. He probably already posted his. I can't imagine what HEX will be like in 10 years, 15 years. All right, I'm going to start going on like 2X to catch up on these comments. We have such an impressive crew. If you're listening on 2X right now, it's going to sound like 4X. Sadly, I'm maxed. Maddie, still waiting for your call. Let's do it. I never stop accumulating. El Hexidente. Lots of people will be streaming it. Oh, for sure. Okay, super long comment. It's designed to do much more than what Bitcoin has already done. Bitcoin, but better. Audited, pays you trustless interest. Great on so many levels. Is there a way to get HEX restaurant to rename a drink after HEX? Well, if you put your thumb in front of one of the X's and you look at it, then it's only going to have one X. Why not? Never stop accumulating. What we need to do is we need to contact all these places and ask them to accept HEX and blow them up so much that now they're just like so confused. They're like, yeah, we'll accept HEX. And then we'll be like, we're not paying you in HEX because HEX is too valuable. Ha ha ha. I added 54/7 more t-shirts. What? To my future retirement account, which is looking sooner and sooner every day. That is so awesome. I love hearing about people doing right by themselves and adding those T shares to their stacks. In a few years, they will have HEX ATMs in all Vegas casinos. I wouldn't be surprised if they did, right? And they will be wanting people to buy and sell. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what, like Bitcoin ATMs, they're all about buying. They don't want money laundering. Casinos probably do a lot of money laundering. Who knows? It'll be 2.5 cents at the meetup? What? Yo, that's what's up. President of the HEX Nation. Yo, that's an inside joke from H3. Check it out. HEX Nation. We need to write that down. I guess I'm becoming my own scribe right now, so I'll write it down. President of the HEX Nation. Awesome. Imagine people emergency end staking in Vegas to get gambling funds. That's not funny, but hopefully don't do it. $50, that's your price call for HEX on June 25th? Whoa. Like, whoa, I can't even, I'm speechless. Buy more HEX. Pulse. Vitalik is buying HEX. Thanks for giving us a huge notice in advance to prepare for the conference / meetup. I can't wait. I'm super excited to meet everyone. Hell yeah. Brand's the most positive person in HEX. When's the Lex interview? Well, whenever he decides to go meet Richard at Richard's place, or whenever they do it virtually, or, I mean, I've been crossing my fingers that Richard will find out about the HEX meetup, Hexakin.Vegas, and then he'll be like, yo, I'm already going to be in the States or wherever else. Like, I'm going to Vegas. Lex, let's do it. Let's do it the weekend before, the day before. I don't know. Yeah, there. Boom. You're reading my mind. Let it pump. Let's do it. HEX at its finest. The zeitgeist of crypto soon. Wait, what? What's $1.47? Is that what you're saying? Are we at one? We're almost. Is that the price right now, or is that the price you think it's going to be? Yo, I just looked at the price. Dude, screenshot that shit. That's the cool thing about HEX is like the screenshots, they're always outdated because the price just keeps going up. Yo, keep buying everybody or keep selling. Whatever you want to do. RH sounded super tired. I mean, usually he only gets on there for 20 minutes. He was on there for at least an hour and 20 minutes. You guys, like, I hate to say it, but I don't hate to say it. Like, we might need to encourage Richard to get more sleep. Because we asked him to, like, stop drinking 8 Red Bulls in a day, and he listened. And so I'm just saying, I know we all want him to be working around the clock, but he said the other day in the Strape chat with Crypto Grandma, I got on there and he was already talking, and he was saying that he feels guilty whenever he's not working on stuff for us. Like, he feels bad. So I think we need to definitely let him know that we want him to take care of himself. Please, no one get arrested in Vegas. If you think this is a possibility, give someone in the community your public address so they can run the good accounting function for you. Brilliant point, Biff Finesse. Brilliant. Let me say it again. Please, no one get arrested in Vegas. And if you think this is a possibility, give someone in your community. Biff Finesse, you better not be talking about yourself. Also, we better not run into Brian Armstrong. Oh, that's who I was going to put on the poll. We'll get him on the next one. I don't want Brian Armstrong to know about HEX yet. I will channel RH and troll you. I believe it. Grayscale should sell some Bitcoin and buy HEX. I mean, they could do that when HEX move, like after we're done. We'll let them know. We'll send them a memo when we're done buying HEX. All of us. We're super old and rich or super young and rich, whichever way you like. That'll be cool. We will get Hexakin airdrops in the future, I'm sure. Richard loves making Hexakin's money. I think it's fair to say Richard is addicted to helping people in Hex help themselves, and I love it. We should do a scavenger hunt in Vegas with cool gifts at the end. We'll all get together. I love it. Hey, people, plan stuff. Get in the chat, t.me/hex meetup. That's where all the planning goes down. Good to see you. LOL. 65 likes. 65 people on. Let's do it, people. 2 cents in the next couple of days. Whoa. Maddie Pump. I take a screenshot like every day. All right. At least one person other than me admits it. Yeah. I love this interest, bro. Holy hell. That's right. Canadians can't cross the border yet, so no Vegas for me. Listen, I think it's going to change. I know you can't time the markets, but I'm trying to time the pandemic. I'm trying to time it. I'm not going to lie. So I'm hoping, people. I really think that travel might open up. It might not open up internationally, but it might. Hex is the best, especially in a bear market. A collage of screenshot art could be an NFT. You're so right. I take screenshots of my accounts and write the date on them in green and save them in a folder. It's wild browsing through this folder. I love that. I just sent a staker screenshot to my friend who did not invest to laugh at him and brag. If you're not doing that, what are you doing? Get your Hex shirts on Redbubble for Vegas. Imagine people like WTF as we storm places. Now listen, I have one shirt up there now that I made with 8-bit Hex. I'm still going to I'm going to update that design because it doesn't say hex.com on it. I'm going to update that probably at the same time that I add a shirt for Quattro Cinco Hex badge. And then we're going to have a shirt design contest to let everybody in the community submit, create awesome shirts, and then we can all figure out which one we want to use for a certain day, or people can do their own thing. It's whatever. There are going to be certain days though, or certain times when we need to be wearing like formal attire. Otherwise they won't let us in the club or whatever it is that we're doing. So a lot of times we'll be able to rock the Hex t-shirt, and that is going to look super sick. Everybody rolling around with the same shirt, advertising the same thing, talking, getting excited. I can see it now. 1 T-share is already better than 1 Bitcoin. True. Are we going to break through 1.5 pennies? Yeah. Is there a Vegas itinerary yet? And if so, where? Hexakin.Vegas. Let me put that up on the screen. Then I got to keep up with the comments, don't I? I'm not going to go all night here, but I'm really loving the stream right now. I'm loving the energy of the community. I love that there were 20 people liking this before it even started. So shout out to you and the community. Hexakin.Vegas is the domain name. It takes you to my Medium using the friend link. So hopefully it's not going to lock you out if you just try to visit it more than 5 times in a month. Hexakin.Vegas links to the friend link that goes around the paywall. So what's up? You can also go to maddieallin.medium.com, but you're probably going to run into the paywall. So use Hexakin.Vegas. Here it is. And I worked really hard on these pictures. I worked really hard on these links. Okay. I've got it all set up here. Literally, I went through every concern, talked about health, talked about you're still early in Hex, so definitely don't go to this. Talked about how to get free flights in the future, not necessarily this time. And then here's the meetup schedule. Here's the first pre-day. We're going to meet up at the Top of the World. It's literally called the Top of the World restaurant. The Stratosphere looks like the Space Needle from Seattle. You can ride roller coasters on the top. There's a revolving restaurant that's overpriced. There's a bar at the top. You can bungee jump off. You can, I already said, ride roller coasters. It's a cool spot. You can look over the entire like place. So I just said stay tuned for like which area we're going to meet up in, whether it's the Sky Lounge or the Top of the World restaurant or both. Business casual attire is required for the Top of the World restaurant. 7 p.m. Plan Your Own Adventures. Friday, June 25th. It's Friday. Not everybody's going to be there, but some people are going to be there. So we're going to do the Bodies exhibit at Bally's, explore the Vegas Strip at 1, 4 p.m. meal at HEX Kitchen and Bar, 5 p.m. Cheers to HEX, Shaquille O'Neal picking up somebody who works there. It's right across the street from Bellagio. Seeing one of the Cirque du Soleils, like some people might want to do that. Some people might not. I've seen them all. I think it's a great show. If you're going to Vegas, you should definitely see a Cirque. We don't know which ones are going to be open, but probably all of them are going to be open at that point. I've like put some like clues in here about like what some other activities people could do at the same time as that. But I'm not going to give away all the secrets. Like you have to study this. If you don't study this carefully, I can't help you. Pawn Stars. Oh, now on Saturday, everybody's going to be there. Pawn Stars, Rage Room, shooting guns at Battlefield Vegas, wherever you can drive a tank over a car. Hopefully you got insurance on the rental. That's all I got to say. Meeting up at the Nerd. This is going to be a really busy day on Saturday. Meeting up at the Nerd. That's on Fremont Street. That's where the Bitcoin meetups are. 7 p.m. dinner at the Heart Attack Grill. That's where the Bitcoin ATM is. Richard Hart, he founded HEX. That's pretty cool. Hang out at Fremont Street, or you can go to some nightclubs. We're going to figure out which nightclub to go to. There's lots of nightclubs that are very cool. There are other nightclubs that are not as cool. Here's all the other things you can do in Vegas. You can plan your own adventures. You can do these anytime. Bacchanal Buffet at Caesar's Palace. That's the best buffet. If it reopens, boom. All you can eat Brazilian steakhouse. I'm thinking about adding this to the official agenda because we all like to make long steaks. And honestly, Texas de Brazil is amazing. I love going there anytime I can. Cirque du Soleil, talked about it. Hiking at Red Rock Canyon, renting a boat or jet ski on Lake Mead, or taking an all-terrain vehicle through the desert. Racing a Lambo at Speed Vegas. You can see that's what I did last summer. It made me a little bit dizzy because I was going so fast, and they make you like do a bunch of turns. So you can't like ruin it by going too fast. I don't know. It was cool to take pictures. It was cool to say I drove a Lambo. I got a video of it. You know, it's good. My friend and I both got super dizzy whenever we were driving too fast around like a racetrack. Shopping at the Forum Centers at Caesars. There's physical coin slots at Circus. There's $5 to $10 blackjack sometimes, like in the middle of the week on off hours. The Gold Nugget on Fremont Street. Where are Hexicans going to book their hotels? We don't know yet. Let's hold off, decide as a group. RG3 and I, we're going to call, we're going to negotiate. We're going to try to find some good rates for everybody. People will want to do their own thing. Some people will want to stay at Sin City Hostel. I've stayed there. It's super cheap. Some people will want to stay on Fremont Street because the D is crypto friendly. A lot of people will want to stay on the Strip, in the middle of the Strip at the Bellagio. It's amazing. Or anywhere. You can't go wrong. It's going to be a blast. Discuss at t.me/hex meetup. Channel notifications, t.me/hex meet. Fit in with Hexican swag. Hexos, hangers, masks. Other merch by the Hexologist. Maddie and Abit's Pokey Hex shirt. V-neck. There's a mini skirt. There's light up shoes. That's something you have to study up on because I'm not going to tell you how awesome it is. Light up mask. Like I said, I'm going to update this. You can order it now. You get version 1. Version 2 is going to be out soon. The only difference is it's going to say hex.com on the bottom of the card in really small letters. This is kind of a joke. It's funny. Like, There's a pretty cool mini skirt like this. These are leggings. I don't know. Check it out. Check it out, everybody. And we're back. Hit the likes, subscribe. The link for Omega 3. Did I put it in the chat? I could put it in the chat again. It's just Members Mark, which is like the Sam's Club brand on Amazon. Omega 369. Hexakin.Vegas. Hex just flipped XLM on Nomics. Sorry, XLM, you're out. We're in. I supplement Omega 3 every day. That is awesome. 2024, one T-share equals 10 Bitcoins. Like, that's a discount. I'll take it. I got high on distilled water. Not sure what to say about that. I just ate 6 eggs. I got plenty of Omega 3 and cholesterol. Well done. Ever since Maddie mentioned it, it's been a game changer. Omega 3, check it out. Endorsed by none other than Balliet Brand. Copies. Forget what I was talking about, but copies. Get them here first. Explain how I'm addicted to Coke, even though I've never tried it. I just have a primal urge to do Coke. But I have the willpower to say no. Well done. Don't do Coke. Cod liver oil supplement, wild and raw form, great omega 3s. We love that. I get annoyed by filthy YouTubers who chill leverage trading. Yeah, F them. Hex is pumping. Keep it up, people. My grandfather loves the craps table. There you go. Do you guys ladder stake or just go Quattro Cinco? Everybody's got their own strategy. Early on, we liked our staking ladders. Now we like our Quattro Cincos. Depends what kind of investment you're doing. I like my Quattro Cincos. I think if I went back, I would still do Quattro Cincos. I think I would still do a staking ladder. I would do less in my staking ladder and more in my Quattro Cincos. Yeah, what are you doing being an influencer and getting people to gamble? You've made poor life choices. They will come back to haunt you. You got to make bad choices to have fun, though. Well, to each his own. All depends what you want and how you want to structure things. I like to ladder so I can gradually pay myself and not be tempted to emergency end stake. When Hex gets past 1.5 pennies, it's blast off. Let's go. Actually, wait, back up the train. I want to buy more. Just kidding. It's all good. At this point, I'm cool either way. Hex goes down, give me more. Hex goes up, let's do it. I'm not all there and off blood thinner. Let's see. Only 40 million Hex left on Uniswap? Better get in now. It's not going out of style. But it's going in style. It makes a huge difference and impact. How many milligrams of omega 3 do you take per day? 1,000 milligrams with food per day for the first week. Then you're feeling good. Your body's used to it. Then you take 2,000 milligrams a day. That's what I did. I think the ladder is the way to go. This is not medical, financial advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a financial advisor. Do your own research. Talk to your physician. Never take medical advice from people on YouTube who just are using free speech and providing entertainment and are like improving your prefrontal cortex. Yeah, I'll do that. I think ladder is the way to go. You never know what's going to happen, and it's always nice to be in control of your funds. No FUD to you all in the Quattro Cincos. No FUD taken. Yeah, alcohol thins your blood. Omega 3 thins your blood a little bit because usually your blood's a little bit too thick. That's why you want to get it just right. You don't want your blood to be too thin. You'll pass out, fall down, and hit your head. Now you've got traumatic brain injury. Then the blood's being cut off to your organs. That's terrible. You don't want your blood to be too thick. Otherwise, it's going to clot up. And then you'll have a brain aneurysm. Could have a stroke, right? You want that blood to be just right. You heard it here first, or you've been hearing it all along. I'm not sure. I'm just here. Are there omega-3 in steak? It depends if the steak was like grass-fed. Maybe there is. It used to work its way up the food chain really well. But now, pretty much a lot of meat, fed genetically modified corn, makes more meat. I'm kind of relying on ALLin to upgrade my frontal cortex, but maybe omega-369 is a better short-term solution. I think it is. Hey, I'm waiting for that too. If I eat fish, doesn't it have enough omega-3? Yes. Depends on what kind of fish. If it's tuna or salmon, then if you're getting 4 to 6 ounces, I would say every other day, then you're getting the right amount. Go ahead and check with the certain kind of fish. Check with Google it, find out how many milligrams. Get 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams per day. Lots of Hexicans already have ankle bracelets. What's that for? Is that just because you can't sell, because you're doing yourself a favor? Are duck eggs better than chicken eggs? I have no idea. I'm not qualified to speak. What about lesions in the myelin sheath? That'll cause problems. I'm not sure what your question is really. I think lesions are bad there. I'm like, you have to be more specific. The myelin sheath, that is the electrical insulation that runs along the axons, which are the electrical wires throughout your entire body. You need omega-369 in order to make those myelin sheaths. The oligodendrocytes are the type of glial cells in the brain that myelinate the axons. So they're the construction workers. They have lots of other jobs too, but one of them is to install the myelin sheath. Well done, guys. You got to keep your keys and think more clearly without the chip and the more natural way. Love it. Never had duck eggs before, to be honest. I don't think omega-3s can fix that. On board 1,000 gamblers. Why not? My family has always taught me not to gamble, and I don't think crypto is gambling. Oh, yeah. We're supposed to talk about that. It depends how much risk you're taking. It depends how much you believe in the crypto. Is the crypto giving you some sort of mental health benefits? Maybe it's worth it that way. For me, I'm like all in crypto, and that's probably not the best strategy for most people. I've been jerked around enough in these rigged markets. I think it's gambling if you're giving money to the man who's just going to hold on to it and then wreck you in 1,000 different ways. So that's just me, though. I started investing in the stock market when I was very young. And every time I bought in, it would crash. And then what is it really doing? Crypto is the highest appreciating asset class in the history of mankind. Bitcoin went up 6 million X, getting called a scam. HEX is designed better than Bitcoin. Do you think HEX is gambling? Make the decision for yourself. This is a do your own research type of situation. I don't feel like I'm gambling when I send money to my future self. I don't feel like I'm gambling when I'm improving the quality of my life every day by being a part of such an amazing community, by creating content and learning skills, by getting a download of knowledge that's out of this world about how to make myself a better human being from Richard Hart, from all of the people who follow him, who follow in his footsteps of making awesome content that literally provides therapy to hundreds and thousands, like either hundreds or thousands of people, and thousands more to come. I used to think crypto was gambling a little bit. Now it depends which crypto we're talking about. We're talking about HEX? I don't think so. Personal opinion. Elon can install a Hex wallet in your brain. Yeah, of course. Totally. I only gamble when I'm alone or with some. Let me see. Wow, Mount Coiner, yo, thank you. Thank you so much for the contribution. $36.9. You are so generous and kind. Wait, we're not supposed to say people are kind. Yeah, no, kind is good. Nice. You're not nice because nice is not as good as being kind. You're very kind. Thank you so much. Thanks for the stream and putting up with me for the evening. Rock on, Hexkins. It's our pleasure and honor to have awesome people in the Hex chat. Oh, and you were already, wow. Hey, well, Ballia Brand, thank you for the $3.33. Thank you for all your hard work. Yo, thank you for your hard work. Thank you for watching. And Mount Coiner also giving $3.69. You guys rock. I think that reminds me. Yo, you guys, that reminds me. I have a way to like totally blow up the Twitter algorithm. If you go to a tweet, let's say you go to the tweet that I've been talking about all night, where we're like influencing Richard to get on this stream where he's going to have 1 million views with H3, right? If you go back on there, and I know all of you didn't retweet it because there's only 8 retweets and 70 votes. So when you go back there, here's what I would say. Go to that tweet, retweet it, and then immediately go to an ad that you're interested in on Twitter and immediately click on that. Don't click on anything else first. Don't stop it, go. Don't collect $200. Like, go directly to an ad. Twitter just made $1 off of you, and now the Twitter algorithm, it's like watering at the mouth. It's like, how can we give that tweet to more people? Because that is the tweet that made us rich, right? Like, think about it. If you were an algorithm, what would you be doing? If you were money hungry, if you were trying to monetize people's attention and like wreck them and sell out, that's exactly what you would want. You would be looking like, I'm the Twitter algorithm. Like, what did people do immediately before they clicked on that ad? Oh, they retweeted this thing about like Richard Hart, about crypto, about, all right. Yeah. Put that in front of 1 million people right now. Let's do it. Right? Think about it. It's psychology. That's what I'm here for. If there's something you really want Twitter to care, like, you can't be doing this all the time. You got to do it like strategically, you know, like make the algorithm take notice. Like, that's weird. Why is it that everybody who goes and retweets and likes this and votes on this, why are they all giving us so much advertising money? The algorithm won't even know. It'll just be like, oh shit. Like, put it in front of more people, more impressions, more. I'm telling you. If you block inflammation, you're not healing your body. Inflammation is how the body heals itself. That's a pretty complicated topic. Bear market incoming. I wish. Yo, let me buy back that Bitcoin super cheap. Just so I can have it for jokes. Right? Like, I'll buy your Bitcoin at $2,000. But only if you buy my HEX first. And then I don't even have to sell my HEX because I've just got a little money on the side to like scoop up that Bitcoin and Ethereum. Like, I will get all my shitcoins back that are Bitcoin and Ethereum. I will get them back at the end of the day. You don't have to worry about it. You don't have to try to tell me you'll never be able to buy back your Bitcoin. Like, yo, I'm buying back my Bitcoin for literally pennies on the Bitcoin compared to what HEX is doing. I'm literally letting you hold my Bitcoin for a little while I make you FOMO HEX so hard you don't know what hit you. You are going to be begging to give me all your Bitcoins for like one t-shirt. Like, get out of here. Be gone. Come back in a year. Does anyone know when Lex Fridman interview is going to happen? TBA, to be announced. No comments on Twitch. Check it out. Get on the Twitch and comment. 4X. Let's panic. Let's do it. Whales only. How's it going? My co-host and friend from the Quant Gang Tuesday night extravaganza. Oftentimes we'll stream for way too many hours, but it seems like never enough. People love quantitative analysis. Whales only is your number one source. So go ahead and, keep subscribing and liking the Whales only content. Richard did leave a clue in the Discord chat. It translated to 4/3. What does that mean? Leave your seed words at home. Yo, protect your seed words, in lots of ways. Dang, that's another thing we have to go over. Security while you're away. Thank you. How many cents? All the cents. Hex is pumping. Keep talking, Maddie. Yo, let's do it. Tomorrow's Friday. I could stream for 3 days. As long as you all keep buying Hex, I'll keep streaming. Probably, I shouldn't say that, right? Because Hex can do way more amazing things than I can. I'm just one guy. Lex can come too if he wants. Yo, Lex. You're invited. I'm not inviting Andreas. I'd invite Brian Armstrong just to see him face off with Bifinesse. But Lex, you're invited as a friend and a Hexican. Happy to have you. Come along. It's gonna be a wild ride. There's gonna be a lot happening in this community. This community is this is what we're here for. I know we're all here to get rich. I know we want to improve ourselves, but the community that's the mechanism. 8 Red Bulls a day. Yeah, I think it was only one day he did that. Maybe it was only 6. I don't want to exaggerate the truth because honestly, we don't have to exaggerate the truth around here. But also, it's really hard to get the truth right whenever literally the price of Hex, the chart, doesn't even show the whole story. There's so much covert earnings happening with this trustless interest under the radar. Y'all think it was only 352x in 2020 from the deepest discount to the highest point? Y'all need to watch these 40 hours of Hex Quant streams because Whales is going to break it down for you. I really wanted to blurt out today in the Hex chat. I wanted to say the price to earning, Whales only said the price to earnings ratio is 0.015. Whenever Richard was talking about all the mad gains that aren't even calculated yet. Don't worry. We got a lot of calculations happening. We got a lot of calculations to come because Hex is the most transparent product in finance. You have a whole chart of future market supply. You're more productive when you're laid off for sure. Layoff. 39.9 million Hex left on Uniswap. Yo, people. It's disappearing in front of your eyes. Where were you when all the Hex got bought? You were watching this stream? I'm sorry. Sorry, people. We need to let class out early so you make sure you don't miss the pump. The pump that never comes back. I don't know what the price of Hex is going to do. I mean, I know I'm going to buy. I'm going to keep buying. I'm going to keep dollar cost averaging in. I don't even want to talk about this other coin that's been super good to me, but then they had a little hiccup in the chain. Messed up one of my transfers because, I'm out here. I'm selling these other coins bit by bit, buying into Hex, doing the responsible thing because, if I'm a big holder in another coin, I got to exit peacefully. Don't want to wreck any projects that pumps my bag so hard. So that's in ETH. There's more in USDC. Thank God. We're running out of HEX live. True. Great to see this. I like the implication. If you think arrest is a possibility, Biffines. Biffines is a great character, by the way. I am a huge fan of Biffines. You've seen him on my streams plenty of times. Well, not plenty because we can't get enough of the guy. He's awesome. Shout out Biffines. I can't risk Vegas. I can barely do a weekend in the UK without getting shit. Well, join us online, participate in any way you can. Listen, there are going to be so many more meetups. There's going to be so many more times. I already go out to Vegas, to see family and stuff every year. So I'm using free miles to get there. I paid $10. I paid in between $10 and $20 for my flight. And it's a $300 or $400 flight. I think it's a $300 flight. So, I mean, I can't tell you what's here's the thing I'm not going to do is I'm not going to hear people come back in 5 or 10 years and be like, oh, I shouldn't have spent money on Vegas. Don't spend money on Vegas. It's that easy. Let Richard know that enough sleep is part of the job. Yo, excellent point. That's the way it needs to be framed. Richard, sleep is work. And I know you love working to build a better future, and we need you. We need you here, healthy. Yo, I know a lot of people care about Richard a lot, like I do, because he's helped so many people. He's helped me. Don't let me get too emotional here, all right, people? What are your top penny altcoins? Yo, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah. Skev, I mean, I don't mean to be rude, but yo, HEX, HEX is pretty good. I mean, what else? Does not compute. HEX. Top of the list, HEX, then HEX every spot after that. Scavenger hunt, mint. We still reserve the right to unlike, Maddie, behave. I got to be on my best behavior here for you people, because sure enough, there's still so many people watching. I appreciate it. I really enjoy doing these shows with you. Please don't unlike it. If you don't like it, don't like it. I'm just saying, if you want to like it, I appreciate it. It pumps me up. It gives me energy. It helps the algorithm. It helps pump your bag. It helps pump my bag. RH is the worker class's savior. I like how you put that. So true. Proletariat, save your HEX. Hashtag. I would shoot t-shirts into the crowd with a t-shirt launcher on the strip. That would be awesome. I think so too. I mean, I think that's going to happen. I think some of us are going to get in trouble for that. You just need to be respectful. Obviously all the places are controlled by casinos, but maybe just throwing them into the crowd, or, I mean, you can't talk about shooting stuff in Vegas, unless you're in a place that allows shooting, Battlefield Vegas, right? We just, launching them into the crowd, right? Or something even more soft, right? Launching them into the crowd. You're launching t-shirts in the crowd? Yo, let me get my spot. Let me get my spot in the crowd real quick. I love that you ignore Twitch chat. I mean, here we are. I'm just seeing it. Is a Hexakin, I would not, I would say we probably need more mods over there on But you could make jokes. I mean, what I always hear is, well, you're really lucky if you're an hex. Let's get that clear right away. Being there's nothing wrong with being a Mexican. That's like really cool if you're from a place that is really cool. So calling somebody a Hexican is not offensive, unless you think being Mexican is offensive, which now you're being offensive. So we got nothing but love here. You know, the smallest unit in Hex, it's a heart. That's because we're out here. We're promoting mental health. We are helping people not getting wrecked, gambling. Like, what do you want? What do you want? Like Hexican.Vegas. That's what it's called. Get with it or get out. Hex is solid. Jason Armstrong. We're still trying to get a hold of your brother, Brian. Tell him to speed up those withdrawals on Coinbase. And thank you, Hex Money. Hex Monkey, also known as Hex Money. Appreciate it. Hex is money. Thank you, Ballet Brand, again for the donation. Why not? Well, it's all, we like threes, we like sixes, we like nines, any combination, anything really. I mix it up every now and then. All right, good. Cause I wanted to, I was curious. I wasn't going to say anything. 3.69. What up? Mount Coiner. The fastest illusionist show is Fun in Vegas. Interesting. I haven't checked it out. There's a guy out there who does like pet shows, like a cat show where he's trained all the cats and all the dogs and like birds to do all these crazy tricks. I've always wanted to see that one. I haven't seen that one yet. I've seen a lot of stuff in Vegas, but not that. Great itinerary. Thank you, BMA. I appreciate it. I put a lot of hard work into it. I hope it pleases the audience. And if not, make your own adventure. It says literally, I've copy and pasted the only thing on there a million times is like, make your own adventure. You don't like what's suggested? Don't do it. I might not do all this suggested stuff. There's stuff on there that overlaps. That means you can't do all of it. You're going to have to choose. Thank you, Mount Coiner. Very generous. Chicken eggs, good for breakfast. Duck eggs, good for baking. You heard it here first. Oh my gosh. I'm not losing comments anymore. I stopped smoking cigarettes after watching too much Hex-related videos on YouTube and Twitch. Now I'm in my 6th month without a smoke. I'm so proud of you. Northernmost Hexer. Keep it up. It's been so much focus on health. Self-health. I got brainwashed. Thanks. Thank you for sharing. It's so awesome to hear when there are success stories like that. It gives us so much energy, I think, as a community to be recognizing whenever something goes right and whenever we help each other. You're helping people literally right now by sharing your story. And that moves me a lot. I mean, it's like I talk about a lot whenever Ballet Brand, I caught him on stream talking about how good omega-3s are. He was spreading the word. That's a network. It's called a network effect. I've spent 11,000 hours providing individual and small group therapy in a mental health clinic, right? And I'm already reaching more people, thousands and thousands of people here on YouTube. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. And keep up the good work. They don't call you Maddie ALLin for nothing. That's right. It's a gamble to go to sleep at night. Definitely reframing the question. Nice, friend. Thanks for the show and support. I always love to see you in chat. You guys are talking to each other, supporting each other. We love it. That is so cool to hear. Congrats, Northernmost Hexer. Y'all hit the damn like button. That's right. David's back. What did I miss? Yo, rewind 2x, catch up. Thanks, Ballet Brand. I love your dedication to the Hex community. If we all do our part, we will all get rewarded for many generations to come. My youngest kids will be the future Hexicans. Yo, that's how I feel too. Ballet Brand, thanks for the cheer. Twitch is going to be, they're going to be sending more people our way now because, hey, YouTube and Twitch, they like to get their cut. And trust me, they get their little cut, but then they promote the channel more. So we like that. It's awesome to hear. It's so true. It's not hard for me to be so passionate when it's such a great product and absolutely changed my life for the better. Yo, the pump is real, y'all. What's up, QC Organics? Good to see you. We need more hexagons in Montana. I've onboarded a couple of people, but most people aren't very tech savvy here. You know, those are people who deserve to be in Hex as well. And I think we're going to keep working on it. We're going to keep getting better at onboarding. I think the Hexagon meetup is definitely going to be a chance for us to practice our pitches, you know, and to people in Vegas are very approachable, especially if you're awesome. That's been my experience. I go on Fremont Street, I start dancing, like all of a sudden there's a crowd around me. I'm just saying, all I have to do now is just say like, yo, it's all about Hex. Check it out. True, need not exaggerate. Yo, that's what, like, we can exaggerate on the downside and then keep accumulating. That's all I'm talking about. But I keep changing my mind, you know, like sometimes I'm like, oh, I still want time to accumulate. I'm done with that. I'm done with that mindset. Like, people can find out about Hex now. I need to stop being greedy. It's already good enough. Like, I'm ready. Come on, people. 1 billion views. That's it. That's all you got. That means only 1 billion people only watched it once. That's small. I'm sorry. Dream bigger than that, at least. Elbow cough. Up and to the right, my fellow hexagons. Up and to the right. Very smart, Maddie. Responsibly exiting other coins. Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, I'm not going to lie. I'm still going to be dropping knowledge. I'm going to be talking about some of my other, like, very few coin experiences. But I've been learning a lot from Hex. I also learn sometimes from other communities. I'm not going to be talking about them in the sense of, like, you need to invest in this, right? Especially when I'm, like, selling. I'm not going to sell on your heads, people. But I'm telling you, there's some things I'm seeing in the market. I have to do a whole episode about it because if I start talking about it, we're going to lose. Like, what I have to share with you about the game theory of other coins and how it relates to Hex and how Hex can continue to build on it, it deserves its own episode. And it deserves its own title, its own thumbnail. Like, we'll get there. And it's, like, still unfolding. So I don't want to do too many episodes about it, but I probably do. I'm so glad I suddenly stopped smoking. Been trying for 20 years. No luck. But this day, around 6 months ago, I just woke up and did not want a cigarette. Hey, did you get into Hex around that time or before that? Are you valuing, you know, your long-term health, or was it really just kind of a out of the blue thing? I'm interested. There's usually a lot of things that go into behavior change like that, even when we don't understand it or when we don't know all the active ingredients. I specialized working in a neuroscience laboratory measuring brainwaves of people who are quitting smoking tobacco and cannabis to understand why people smoke. And so I got a lot of thoughts on that we'll go into when the time is right. I helped crash the pimp network by taking profits in full early, like 8 months ago. Not my fault. Their shit product couldn't handle some sell pressure. Yo, I like this other coin I'm in. It's just like, it's not Hex, and it doesn't have a community like Hex. And we all make our choices, right? Like, I'm up a lot in this other coin, and I was like, because I took risk in the beginning, because I bought the bottom. So I deserve it. I deserve to sell. I'm sorry. Like, I did not time lock my money in that coin. I was willing to promote that coin and become a podcaster in that area. Sorry, something better came out. It's called a Hex. Just saying, I chose the right community. I know it's related to Hex Talk about self-heal, so now I'm proud to say I'm a non-smoking Hexican. Yo, that's what's up. I just lost 500 in slots just now. Buy and stake Hex. Like, get some help. Like, talk to a counselor, talk to a support group, Gamblers Anonymous. There's online meetings in a lot of these addiction groups. I hate to say get on Facebook, but there are a lot of like support groups on Facebook. Talk to the people in your personal life. See if they can hold on to your money for you or limit your access for a certain amount of time whenever you're in a high risk situation. Monitor your mood and look out for the times when you're more vulnerable, and make sure to keep yourself like fully taken care of. So that means like, don't run around on an empty stomach whenever, you know, your emotions are swinging all around, right? You want to keep your prefrontal cortex well. You want to get enough sleep, increases prefrontal cortex activity. You want to get enough nutrition. Keep yourself, you know, they say hungry, angry, lonely, tired. Halt and figure out how to meet those needs so that you don't get triggered into your addiction. My slogan, non-smoking Hexican. Love it. Wish I just staked it. A part of the cycle of gambling is feeling guilt and shame, and then now you're setting yourself up to feel bad about yourself. Like, and then now you have more reason to like escape your reality by going back into the gambling. So really what you need is to speak highly of yourself. Get a support group. This is going to change your environment. You need to change your environment. That's how you change your behavior. Hex got me to quit smoking cigarettes too. Yo, what up? Like 3 cheers for lung health. I know A-Bit Hex, he's the one who helped design those really awesome Hex Pokemon shirts. He quit smoking cigarettes and put the money, he told himself he was putting the money towards Hex. He bought a lot of Hex. Now he's retired, traveling the world. Perpetual traveler. Awesome dude. Excellent to work with. I'm going to like go ahead and say this. A-Bit was also part of the reason I started getting involved in the Hex community by streaming. The Annette, she was doing some social movements. I loved it. Got a little taste of that community. Then started watching Discord Syndicate and the Hexologists. You know, they were like, show your face, be consistent, like follow our lead. And then A-Bit, he did a little bit of my graphic design when I was just getting started so I could figure out how to do all the Hex cameo stuff that got me started. So I'm thankful to everybody in the Hex community. Give Me Liberty, what is up? Yo, I really like Give Me Liberty or Give Me Hex. And what's going on, man? Good to see you. How many Red Bulls are you on? Me? I've had one, part of one. At some point, I hope to be at the point where I don't need a little bit of caffeine to like do my best on here. But for now, I think it's in moderation enough. I get my exercise. I run my 3.69 miles often, like I would say about every other day. I try to take care of myself. You should too. Let's see. Crypto Gains Club, how's it going? Yes, Hex saves you from yourself, and instead of immediate gratification or loss like gambling, Hex delays it and guarantees the interest you earn in Hex. Are you on Telegram at Hex Miami? Yes. I've seen it. Hey, friend. Great to see you, Liberty. Let's see. Cosmonaut Hex on Telegram. What's that Dave Chappelle joke? I don't get it. I saw Penn and Teller in Vegas in 2017. Pretty good show. I think I've seen that one. I can't remember. I've been going to Vegas for 15 years or something. I know I saw Carrot Top at the Luxor. That's an interesting show. Penn and Teller gets really good reviews. They do a magic show. They advertise a lot around Vegas. You know what's magic though? HEX. It's not magic. It's actually trustless. The Cat Guy is Key West, a great show in Key West. Also, oh, interesting. Yeah, I forget what it's called. Penn and Teller. Grew up watching those guys. Right on, right on. Launch is a better word to use. Yeah, greedy Maddie. I'm over it. People can buy now. I'm gonna stop pretending like we don't need to grow this thing. But it's gonna grow as it grows, you know? Look at us. Look at us right now on this stream, creating community, talking about mental health, and promoting this shit out of this tweet. You heard it here first. You heard it here 3 or 4 times. Like, vote on this poll. Like it, retweet it, and then immediately go click on a Twitter ad. Twitter will freaking go crazy and blow that shit up. Twitter Psychology 102. There we go. Stop being greedy and give to the needy. That rhymes. Nice to hear, man. The shows are great from what I heard. Maddie dancing. Yo, check it out. The more I learn, the more I don't know. Oh my God, that's right. A dance off in Vegas with Maddie and Kareem. It's going to be epic. Yo, don't ruin all the surprises. Ski Cat? Where? Where Ski Cat? I miss Ski Cat. Ski Cat's still around. Ski Cat's doing like the weight loss challenge with Hexo. I'm seriously about to get on that because, yo, we got 90 days or however many days. We got 3 months until Vegas. I usually fluctuate between like being the healthiest I've ever been in my life and being less healthy than that. As many people do. And I would love to be on the healthiest side of that equation whenever I meet up with people. But yo, I got a lot of love for myself, whether I'm there or not. I like creating deadlines. That's another way to set up your behavior change to succeed. If I were to make more videos on my channel, what sort of HEX content would folks like to see? Good question. That's a really good question. That's a good question for the audience. I am not sure that I've seen what kind of HEX content you're making now, but I'm going to look it up. YouTube, Mount Coiner. Stefan Coiner? Go ahead and drop the link. That's cool. If you're making HEX content, go ahead and drop the link. It's funny how like white my face gets whenever I have something on my screen and it's not blacked out. I really need to learn how to use the blackout feature in the like I downloaded it on Chrome. You guys don't need to hear all my technical problems. I will learn the Charleston for dance off. Soaring 20s. Yo, I appreciate you in the voice chat, Hex Miami. You go by many names, but I felt like we had a really fun talk earlier, so I appreciate you. I was a whale on some other coin. It happened to Moon 2, 11 cents, but I couldn't sell fast enough. It never recovered, but made me a fat dolphin. Yo, we love that. We love success stories. Ibit got me eating avocados. Yo, I'm obsessed with avocados. I make my own guacamole often. Used to be every day. That's one of those superfoods. If we're talking about our brains, superfood, blueberries, dark chocolate in moderation, avocados. What else? That's got to be the top 3. Omega-3. Did I say that? It's been a long day. I did a lot of therapy today. Then I got excited about the Richard Hart stream. There's so much in HEX to keep up with. I love it. I wouldn't trade it for the world. How's the progress been for giving away sweatshirts to the homeless? Freddie quotes thing, right? I haven't heard about it. Tell me more. We're coming up on 2 hours. That's like a really good amount of time that I like for these HEX therapy streams. So get your final questions in now. And I'm glad you enjoyed the chat as well. Good to see you. Good to hear you got your brother into HEX. Yo, get your family in now. Coconut is my super fruit. Okay, I've heard good things about coconuts. Biffiness likes bananas. It's important. He's seen that make a big difference in people's recovery. Not going to lie. Now I get more bananas than I used to. Because I like what Biffiness has to say, and I believe him on a lot of stuff. That makes it sound like I don't believe him on stuff. I haven't asked him, but would it be cool to give some homeless people HEX shirts? Yeah. I mean, giving people stuff is cool, right? I love it. Yo, we just hit 2 hours. We talked a lot about HEX. Where's the after party at? I will tell you, t.me/HEX crypto. That's where we're going to have a voice chat after all this video chat stuff is done. Here, we're on the record. For the ages, hundreds of people watching now and in the future, I appreciate you all. Hit the like and subscribe button. Buy HEX, stake long, and prosper. Go to hexagon.vegas. Click on the link. t.me/HEX meetup for the chat. t.me/HEX meet, MEET, for the channel notifications. Thank you all. And with that being said, oh yeah, allmylinks.com/ALLin. Somebody remind me to add all the HEX, all the latest stuff I've been working on. I don't think any of the Vegas stuff is on there yet. Like I said, I'm going to be tweeting about Vegas. I want to get my tweets right. I want to get my images right. allmylinks.com/ALLin. I'm at Matty ALLin, MATI, all, ALLin, on everything except all my links. And it's just ALLin. So if that's not confusing enough, see you next week. Let's see. Do I have any shows coming up? I think I'm doing a show on Monday with somebody. That'll be really cool. I always do pop-up shows whenever something really cool happens. I'm addicted to the t.me/HEX crypto voice chat. That's where I'm headed to now. Stake wisely, my friends.